everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about the trumpet. So the first thing we're going to talk about is posture. This is very similar to my last video about the French horn. It's going to be a lot of the same information, but just for a review, you want to sit with your back straight and off the chair with your feet flat on the ground so that you can have a very long, steady stream of air going through the entire upper part of your body. Next, we're going to talk about hand position. So, hand position on the trumpet is actually very easy. First, we're going to start with our left hand. So as you can see, there's a ring here. You want to put your ring finger into the ring like you're marrying the trumpet because it's the best instrument ever. You want to sit your middle finger right here behind it, your index finger on the bottom part of the first valve or third valve, I was looking at it backwards, and then your thumb will sit on the other side of the first valve. You should be able to hold the trumpet firmly grasping without dropping it with just your left hand. We'll never have to worry about holding the trumpet with our right hand. So the right hand of the trumpet is very simple. You want to think about having your fingers in the shape of a C, like you're gonna go Y, M, C, A, but C. So you never want them to stay flat. A very common mistake that a lot of players will do is keep their fingers flat so they'll be hitting the valves from the side. This actually rubs the valve inside, stripping the metal on the inside, and can actually break your trumpet. So you want to form your hand like a C and just 1, 2, 3, ring finger, middle finger, first finger on those top 3 valves so that you can push them straight down, not to the side. And then there is a very strong debate on whether you should put your pinky in this ring or on top. I suggest putting it on top so that you don't strain your right hand by thinking that you can hold your trumpet up with this. All of the weight should be placed on your left hand. So you should put your pinky on top, 1, 2, 3, and then back finger right above your other thumb, and that is how you hold the trumpet. Next, we're going to talk about breathing. Just like in my last video about the French horn that you can reference, breathing should be always coming from your diaphragm, the lower part of your body. So when you breathe in, you should never lift from your shoulders. This is called clavicle breathing, and you lift your shoulders up with that. That should never happen. All of your breathing should come from your tummy. So if you look at a dog breathing, they move their stomach in and out. So we want to breathe kind of like dogs. A nice deep breath, expanding from your stomach, not from your shoulders. And then as soon as you breathe in, you want to breathe out, slow, steady stream through your embouchure, which is what we'll talk about next. Next, we're going to talk about embouchure. So with your embouchure, you want to firm the 2 corners of your mouth and tuck in your lower lip just a little bit, not like grandma, but you want to tuck in your lip just a little bit like you're saying like you just had a really, really good meal. You're that was very good. So say firm the corners of our mouth, and you want to blow a steady stream of air through the very center of your mouth. This is called your aperture. So there's a tiny hole in the middle of your embouchure that all of the air comes out of. So it'll sound like this. Now, we take that, we keep everything exactly the same in our mouth, and you can apply your mouthpiece to the very center of your mouth, like this. So that you can create a buzz. Some very common mistakes that some students will do is they will add the mouthpiece to their mouth and start pushing in. You don't want to add that much pressure. So you just want to gently sit it on your lips and let your embouchure do most of the work. Another common mistake is a lot of students will change something about their embouchure the second they put the mouthpiece on. So you want to keep everything exactly the same. Keep your corners firm, your lower lip tucked in just a little bit, and blowing a steady stream of air through the very center of your embouchure. Next, we're going to talk about articulation. With articulation, you want to think about saying the word T. So when you say T, your tongue hits the very top of your back teeth. And that's exactly where your tongue is going to go to put a break in the air. Your articulation is not used to stop your air, but just to break it so that there's a distinct articulation to your sound. For example, if I were to play a note, and I wanted to have 4 distinct articulated notes, I would say T while it was playing so that you would hear it like this. I'm not using the articulation to stop the air, I'm just using it to break the airstream so that there are 4 dictated notes. A common mistake that a lot of people do is move their tongue up and down rather than forwards and backwards. This can cause a lot of problems later down the road when you're working on double tonguing and triple tonguing and other articulation choices like that. With instrument maintenance, there are a couple things about the trumpet that you're going to need to know. So, you have your tuning slide, flip it around. If you hold down this valve, your tuning slide moves out. This is used on notes that are specifically very sharp, like D, for example. When you play that note, you want to finger 1 and 3, which is D, and then kick out your tuning slide a little bit to make that note in tune with all of the other notes. Other things about the trumpet are they have spit valves. So these 2 spit valves here, you hold that down, blows air through your trumpet, and then your spit will come through here out of the instrument. This just helps keep everything inside nice and clean. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Miss Hill on the trumpet, and I'll catch you next time on, hopefully, the trombone.